I am well aware that ever since the block of wood video, the question's been burning in everybody's mind. What about a ball? That was a long time ago. What about a ball? What would it do? Line tie, ball, hook. You think the ball would do this? Like, catch water in the front a little bit? I think it might. I'm gonna put weight in the belly. Wherever I put the weight on this ball will establish where the belly is. So the weight's gonna fall, resistance in the front. It's probably just gonna retrieve straight like the block, but we're doing a ball of wood today. And to make balls of wood, of course you need a lathe, but still it's not easy. Making a ball on a lathe is kind of hard actually. And I need to figure out what kind of wood to use. I could use some pretty tiger maple. I have some weird stuff like spotted gumwood. I could use spotted gumwood, tiger maple. Of course I got the teak. Ooh, this is Brazilian rosewood. I mentioned in the last video that I have this, and I have quite a bit. I didn't realize the guy that gave this to me gave me like hundreds of dollars worth of wood. Like, this is some of the most sought after wood in the world, and why not just use it? Let's use some Brazilian rosewood. I got a lot of it. Let's find a good piece. It's purple. I think the outside has just oxidized. The inside's purple. And it doesn't smell like anything. I don't know why I'm slightly disappointed that it does not smell like anything. But one day, by the way, forgot to say, one day. Wow. It's kind of turned black right there. I can't see. Getting old, man. Okay. Poke. I'm gonna have to drill that out too. This is very hard wood. I'm gonna sand this, make it flat this end here. There you are. I have a feeling that, you know, it smells all right. It's starting, when you sand it, it has a smell, but it smells like somebody else's shop. So I have a feeling that this has sat in somebody else's shop for a really long time. I could be wrong, but it kind of smells like a flower though. And maybe somebody had a really flowery, good smelling shop. But anyway. I also have a feeling that people are going to say that I wasted this precious wood on a ball of wood lure. And to that, I might agree. I don't hold very much value in wood though. I'm just a lure maker. Pokey. Okay. Apparently Brazilian rosewood is banned from exportation as well. I don't think it's banned from being able to purchase in the States here. But you can't get it. Like, you can't export it from your country or harvest it or something. Harvesting laws. I don't know. Am I in trouble? Naughty, naughty me. I did not realize how purple this stuff is. And I no longer think that the flowery smell is somebody else's shop. I'm pretty sure it's just the wood. It smells like flowers. Oh, I guess this wood is extremely sought after by like guitar makers and violin makers, instrument people. People who work with instruments, and a lot of the time they can't even get it. But here I am, just making a ball lure. Ball of wood. Really nice wood. Okie dokie. This should be cool. I don't want a really big ball either. I want something that even a crappie could bite into. So like, you know. You guys get the picture? Okay. Ooh, if you guys could smell that, you'd think it's weird. It smells like a flower. Woo! Dude, that's the nicest wood to lathe I've ever lathed. Like, that was so nice. I'm gonna get the calipers out. I'm gonna set it to a dimension that I'm happy with, that I want the diameter of this ball to be. Lock that down, start making some marks. Now I can trim that down. And now that little section right there is what the ball is gonna be made out of. All right, let me figure out a good tool to do this with. Probably this. Okay, here comes the part where you're gonna have to bear with me. I don't know, have I made a ball on a lathe before? If I have, I don't even remember. And I'm not confident about this, so please bear with me. I need my work sharp. Good Lord, this thing is dull. Got a sharp tool now. Okay, confidence is growing a little bit. See, that ain't too bad. There's a ball. I tell you what, look at that. I spent quite a bit of time on that. Like 20 minutes. Just gonna take this off, cut either side, clean up the ends, sand them smooth, and by hand if I can, like make this more of a ball. I don't think this wood's very hard. This wood is awfully easy to work with, actually. Yeah, it's honestly comparable to mahogany. Do people even know? Or is this even Brazilian rosewood? Is Brazilian rosewood really hard? Am I wrong about that? This is as spherical as I can get it. I'm sure it's not a perfect sphere. I'm certain of that, but that's the best I can do right there. This right here is essentially what we are going to attempt to get a fish to bite. A ball of wood. And I forgot to show you guys the time. 10:01, we started this at like 9:30. I think I want the line tie set up a little bit. Yeah. Yep, that's gonna be good. That's where the lead's gonna go. That's the line tie. And that's the hook hanger off the back. I think a 1/4-inch lead hole will be splendid. I think that this will be a better representation to prove that fish can bite anything. If I do get fish on this, that is. The block of wood was cool and all, but it's like, that was a topwater bait moving across the top fast. It was the right time of the year for that topwater bite even. So this is like a sinking finesse, just chilling out, move, chilling out, move. If a fish bites this, I think that's a better representation of the theory that bass will bite anything. I'm kind of nervous to hold on to this little thing and drill on it, but that's what bait makers do, so. Or, to be certain that this thing will sink, maybe I want to go a size bigger. Let's just up this hole to 5/16. I'm not going to 3/8, but ooh, almost lost my ball. I don't want to get the vise out because I don't want to mar up the sides. Maybe I should just be a man and hold on to this tighter, you know? I can't do it. My weak little fingers cannot hold on to this. Let me think. IQ 10,000 moment right here. Well, I drilled the hole, but I cracked a giant chunk off. I'm gonna glue that back on. I'm not gonna waste this. One sec. All better. I'm gonna finish this thing in super glue anyway, so. Oh, lead pot. Get it hot. Gotta get the lead pot hot. Okay, all is not lost whatsoever. I was able to glue that piece back on. It looks a little choppy down there. You can see that big crack. That's gonna get filled in with super glue and baking soda. No big deal. This is just a block of wood. Or sorry, this is just a ball of wood. But just like the block of wood, how this bait is gonna be finished is just in super glue. I'm gonna try to do it cleanly where I don't get any residue or white drying marks or anything like that. Lead's hot. I hope 3 drops is enough. Super glue and baking soda time. I am rushing through this, by the way. I want as much time as possible to get out there and try to get a fish with this. Beautiful. That's the lure. I'm not farting. Will fish eat this little ball of wood? I really hope so, because I have a long day of not catching a single fish ahead of me if they don't. Like I have 8 hours to fish today, and if they don't bite this, that is going to be boring. Sorry, I thought somebody was at my door. Okie dokie. I said that really weird. Line tie, hook hanger, weight in the belly. I made one other decision for this bait too. I'm going to give it a clear coat. Since it's like the nicest wood in the world, I should probably clear coat it. Make it look nice, not just have sanding marks and stuff all over it. So it's a quick clear coat. This will just take a half an hour. Give it the old UV, Illuma UV. I would just be an absolute buffoon to not do this. Am I right? Yeah, that made it look better. That was a good choice. Gonna get this to stop dripping and put it in the tank. If you guys remember the tick, this is very similar, except this thing is going to sink hard, which was probably a preferable thing for the tick. It's going to look good. That clear coat I think was necessary. You can even see some of the grain right there. It's going to look good. I just killed like 3 wasps with a fly swatter. It's a good feeling. That was while I was waiting for this to cure, and it's cured. Lure's done. Just got to throw a treble hook on this puppy, and this little ball of beauty is going to go catch us, probably a bluegill or something. Honestly, I'm not expecting, you know, quality fish. It's a pretty small lure, and it's going to have a pretty small treble hook on the back, so I'm expecting some fish though. I think this is, since it's so similar to that tick that we made, I think this has a lot of potential. I'm doing this in such an awkward way only because I don't want to fingerprint it up for the thumbnail. That's the truth. It's got to be pretty. Well, I resorted to touching it anyway because I was getting frustrated, so oh well, so much for that. Somebody just recently gave me some split rings and I need to, one sec. Dan, thank you Dan. Right in freaking time too. I am all the way out of smaller split rings. You the man, Dan. I got a little ultralight Sakana rod with 6-pound test on it. I think I'm going to start the day out using this, but if I want to move my Aquarius with the 15-pound test, I might go for that too. Bringing both. Before we get to the water, let's see what this thing does in the water. A little ball of Brazilian rosewood. Okay, it really does just sit up and down even. I guess if you let it completely loose, it flattens out and sinks lead first, where we put the lead, you know. Okay, I'm seeing a bit of a wobble. The treble hook on the back is kind of doing a thing where the bait's wobbling. Let's see if they'll bite the ball of Brazilian rosewood. It's a good color, isn't it? Never would have thought I would make this in my life. Back at the pond, the first pond we went to see if the block of wood would catch a fish. But this is the ball of wood. You think the ball of wood will beat the block of wood? I kind of think it will. It flutters very much like a spoon. You guys see the fluttering? A little bit of a flutter. Oh, fish on already. What is this? It's official. Already, that was like 4th cast. Tiny bass. Like balls of wood. Brazilian rosewood. They're particular, you know. Already official. Challenge complete. I'm using my phone to record right now, by the way, so I cannot show you the time, but the next time I get a chance, I'll show you. Okay? I apologize for the break from tradition, you know? Yeah, it's like a little spoon fluttering through the water. It has way more action than I thought that it would. I'm gonna tie this guy up on my other rod. That feels better. I bet it kind of looks like a beetle to the fish, like a water bug. Oh, had a fish right there. Okie dokie. I don't know, maybe the ball of wood is not that good. New pond. That other one was getting difficult. There we go. Feels very small. Yes, it is very small again. It would seem that only the smallest of bass like balls of wood. Be free. Got one. Right off the edge. Like that was almost on the bank. He was skipping funny. Once again, this has already been official. Tiny bass, like balls of wood. Looking for a bit bigger of a bass, please. I just spilled some coffee. It's the next morning. Let's be real, yesterday was kind of pathetic. Sorry, it's 57 degrees right now. Back to the weather. We always come back to the weather on this channel. Going to the creek. This is going to be the first time I'm stepping bare leg in the creek. I think the water's above 50. It's got to be above 50 by now. It's probably above 55. It's going to be bearable. Put on the nasty creek shoes. And yes, I wear socks with these in order to protect my foot from the nasty creek shoe. Got my pole. I got my pliers. Got my knife. Let's go. Time to see how cold this water is. Oh no. It looks cold. Oh. Oh, that's not bad at all. It's cold, but I'm good. I'm like Wim Hof. I acclimate, you know? It's kind of hurting now, but I'm gonna acclimate. Okay, never mind. I cannot deal with that. Ouch. Holy crap. Get me out of here. Ouch. Ouch. Woo! Ouch. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, that's a no-go, guys. I gotta think of something else. The river. I don't know where else to go. Oh! Fish on, and it's better. This is a decent fish. Looks like a smallie. Woo! I was honestly about to give up. But before I did, I made it official. Smallmouth, like balls of little wood. Little balls of wood, excuse me, I said that really weird. It's official. Second species. Go on now. Whew! That already beats the block. Species-wise, I only caught bass with the block of wood. The little balls of wood catch smallmouth. Impressive. Are you not entertained? This lure is pretty snagless too. It just being a ball kind of blocks the hook points, but if a fish bites it, pretty good hookup ratio. That doesn't make it a good design or anything. This is not a well-designed lure, but that worked out to where it's snagless. Watch me eat my words now. Welcome to the outro for the ball of wood video. It's like 3 days later for some reason. This happens a lot. A lot of stuff's going on in my life right now, though. Big things. Can't tell you about it yet, but I just did, so whatever, man. How'd the ball of wood do? Horribly. I hate that lure. It's so boring to fish with. It caught so little. Just a feisty little bass. Yeah, I don't recommend it at all. That's the truth. Make a real lure. But it's good to know that if you have a ball and you put a treble hook on it and a line tie and you reel it in, it does that. It flutters. It doesn't flutter like a spoon, it does this for some reason through the water. Maybe a bright ball, you know? No, don't even go there. Don't make a ball lure. I mean, you can if you want. I've found out that it's stupid, and the video's over. That's it. That's all. Video's over. On to the next bait.